Chosen one, this moment did not happen by chance. Heaven itself has orchestrated your arrival here. Your eyes are reading these words at the exact hour your spirit has been waiting for, and your heart already knows it. You feel it, don't you? That quiet ache, that hidden unrest, the nights when you questioned everything about yourself, the moments when the weight of your own mind seemed unbearable. Those were not signs of weakness, they were markers of a spiritual battlefield, a war fought far beyond what you can see. You thought the enemy was out there. People, circumstances, rejection, failure. But no, your battle was never with them. Your calling, your brilliance, your potential, that was the target. Every obstacle, every heartbreak, every setback, it was never about stopping you from happiness. It was about testing the strength of your spirit, sharpening the resolve of your soul, and uncovering the hidden power you carried all along. And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still holding pieces of yourself together that the world insisted would break. You survived what should have shattered you. You endured what should have undone you. That is not mere luck. That is divine preparation. That is proof that your spirit has been carrying a light too powerful to be dimmed. And chosen one, before we go deeper, pause for a moment, hit subscribe, and comment, "I received this," if your spirit is already responding. Because this message is about to speak directly to you. This is not just another video. This is a calling, a confirmation, a revelation. What you are about to hear will awaken recognition within you. You will see for the first time the unseen threads of purpose woven into your pain, the silent victories hidden in your scars, and the sacred design of the battle you've endured. Prepare yourself, chosen one, because the truth you've been seeking is about to illuminate everything. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Let this moment settle into your spirit like a quiet revelation, rising from a place beyond thought. Because what you're about to understand may shift the way you see your entire life. The battles you've faced, the heaviness you've carried, the strange resistance that followed you from season to season, none of it started the day you noticed the pain. No, chosen one, its roots stretch far deeper into realms your physical eyes cannot see, but your soul has always felt. There are forces that respond to light, just as there are forces that respond to darkness. And your light, yes, yours, was never subtle. Even when you doubted yourself, even when you questioned your worth, even when you didn't know your purpose, your spirit was glowing. Some energy saw it long before you recognized it in yourself. Have you ever wondered why certain people reacted to you with jealousy or discomfort before you even spoke? Have you questioned why your presence alone seemed to shift the atmosphere? Why doors that should have opened easily were instead fiercely resisted? These were not coincidences. Your soul came into this world with a frequency, a calling, a divine fingerprint that you might only now be beginning to understand. In chosen one, that kind of inner brightness draws attention in the spiritual realm, not because you were meant to be harmed, but because you were meant to awaken. Your challenges have not been punishments, they have been catalysts, invitations from the divine saying, "Rise, remember, reclaim who you are." Every shadow that approached you did so because it sensed the strength inside you. Shadows do not chase the empty, they chase the destined. And this is why your life has felt like a series of uphill battles, because you were never meant to live asleep. You were meant to grow into your power, and power must be forged, strengthened, refined. Think about it. Would you be this resilient, this intuitive, this spiritually aware if everything had been easy? Would your heart carry this depth if you had never been stretched, shaken, or stripped down to the truth of your essence? Chosen one, ask yourself gently, what if everything I thought was breaking me was actually building me? What if every spiritual attack was shaping the very strength I now rely on? That question alone begins your awakening, because the origin of your battles is not cruelty, it is purpose. The universe was preparing you for the calling that your spirit agreed to long before your mind understood it. And now as you listen, something inside you recognizes the truth. You didn't imagine your struggles, you didn't misunderstand your pain. The resistance against you was a response to the greatness within you. Those attacks were never meant to destroy you. They were meant to activate you. And now that you're awakening, Everything is about to shift. Chosen one, are you ready to explore what those battles were preparing you for? Are you ready to understand why your path has felt different, heavier, yet divinely guided? Because the answers you've sought are finally rising to the surface. Chosen one, lean into this moment and feel the quiet intensity of your own spirit. The resistance you have faced, the invisible walls that seemed to rise just as you were about to step forward, were never random. They were not signs that you were failing or that your light was too dim. No, chosen one, resistance has always followed extraordinary light. Every soul that carries a higher calling, every spirit that vibrates beyond the ordinary draws a response, sometimes from the world, sometimes from the unseen, and sometimes even from within their own heart. Have you ever wondered why, just as you sense progress, something seems to block your path? Why doors you expected to open remain closed, and people you hoped would support you resist your presence? This is not coincidence. Resistance is the sacred signal that your spirit is aligning with something greater than yourself. It is a subtle, powerful confirmation that your calling is real, that your energy is awakening forces unprepared for your rise. Think about it. Have you noticed how the more you attempt to grow, the more challenges appear? Not because you are weak, but because growth itself disrupts the old patterns, shakes the complacency of those around you, and tests the strength of your own conviction. Resistance measures the depth of your readiness. It carves space for your resilience, sharpens your clarity, and tempers the courage that your higher self has been cultivating quietly, patiently for years. Even your own doubts are part of this divine orchestration. Those moments when fear whispers, when hesitation tempts you to step back, are not betrayals of your spirit. They are sacred mirrors. They reflect the parts of you that must be strengthened, aligned, and awakened before you can fully claim your destiny. Chosen one, ask yourself gently, what if every challenge, every opposition, every shadow that has confronted me was a divine teacher disguised as struggle? What if resistance is the universe's way of telling you you are on the right path and your power is ready to be recognized? Here in the heart of your struggle lies your awakening. Recognizing resistance as sacred allows you to rise above frustration, anger, or despair, and to move with grace and unwavering focus. You begin to see that the world's opposition, the unseen battles, and even the inner voices of doubt are not enemies. They are guardians of your potential, markers of your elevation. The friction you feel is proof that your vibration is higher than before, that your presence is shifting realities that were once comfortable but no longer aligned with your purpose. So, chosen one, I ask you now, are you willing to see resistance as the sacred confirmation it truly is? Are you ready to walk boldly into your destiny, knowing that every force that tried to stop you has actually been preparing you for this moment? Because the truth is, your journey has never been ordinary, and the obstacles you faced were never meant to hinder you. They were meant to ignite the unstoppable power within. Chosen one, pause for a moment and feel the quiet tremor of transformation beneath your skin. Every breakthrough you have experienced, even the ones you barely noticed, has shifted the very fabric of your life. Sometimes these shifts are gentle, like a soft breeze brushing the corners of your soul, nudging you toward new awareness. Other times they arrive like a storm, shaking the foundations of everything you thought was steady, leaving you breathless, disoriented, yet undeniably awakened. Have you felt it? That subtle hum in the air, the sensation that life itself is rearranging around you, preparing space for something far greater than you can yet imagine? That is the energy of your breakthroughs. Breakthroughs, chosen one, are not just victories. They are transformations. They signal the release of old patterns, the dissolving of fears that once bound you, and the awakening of dimensions within you that have been waiting patiently for recognition. Every challenge you endured was not to keep you small, but to cultivate the resilience required for the freedom you are stepping into. Can you feel it? The invisible doors opening, the unseen currents guiding you toward experiences and people that mirror your higher self. This is the sacred choreography of your life, orchestrated by forces that align only with the resonance of your soul. As these energy shifts occur, Your perception changes. You begin to sense subtleties in the world that you could not perceive before. The tone of a conversation, the timing of events, the synchronicities that once seemed accidental now pulse with intention. These are not coincidences, chosen one. They are confirmations that your spirit is expanding, that the breakthroughs you have achieved are aligning you with your true path. And yet, with expansion comes the need for presence and discernment. How will you flow with this newfound energy without resistance? How will you honor the transformation without clinging to the old ways that no longer serve you? The sacred truth is that every breakthrough carries within it a seed of liberation. It is a quiet power that asks you to trust the unfolding, to surrender to the guidance of your own spirit, and to walk boldly through doors that once seemed locked. Chosen one, reflect for a moment. Are you fully embracing the energy of your breakthroughs, or are you still holding on to patterns that keep you tethered to the past? What would it feel like to move through life aligned, flowing gracefully with every shift, recognizing each change as a divine step in your awakening? You see, these energy shifts are not just events, they are invitations. Invitations to rise, to expand, to embody the strength and clarity that every trial has been preparing you for. They are proof that the universe has been quietly working behind the scenes, turning your struggle into power, your pain into wisdom, and your perseverance into undeniable light. Chosen one, your breakthroughs are not the end. They are the opening act of a new chapter, a sacred space where your spirit can finally walk in alignment with the destiny that has been quietly waiting for you all along. Chosen one, take a moment and breathe into the truth that has been following you your entire life. You have never walked alone. Even in the moments when the world felt heavy, when the shadows pressed close, when you questioned your own strength, there was a shield around you that you could not see, a quiet protection woven into every step you took. Your survival has never been accidental. Your resilience has never been random. Every trial you endured, every emotional storm you walked through, every spiritual attack you outlasted, all of it has been strengthening an invisible armor around your soul. This protection is not loud, it is not dramatic, it does not announce itself with thunder or lightning. Instead, it moves like a soft presence, a sacred warmth that pushes back darkness even when you cannot feel it. Have you ever wondered how you made it through moments that should have destroyed you? How you found clarity after chaos? How you rose again after a fall that felt final? Chosen one, that was your protection increasing. That was the universe stepping between you and the harm meant to break you. That was divine intervention, guarding the essence of who you are. With every challenge, your spiritual armor grew stronger. Not because you were meant to suffer, but because your calling requires a level of spiritual resilience that ordinary paths do not. You are being prepared, fortified, shaped into someone who can carry the weight of purpose without collapsing under its pressure. And every time the enemy came close, every time negativity tried to attach itself to you, every time someone's intention toward you shifted into something heavy, your protection absorbed the blow. You didn't see it, but you lived through it, and living through it was the evidence. Chosen one, ask yourself gently, how many times did I think I was alone, not realizing something sacred was holding me together? How many dangers have I survived without even knowing they were near? When you begin to reflect on these questions, your awareness expands. You begin to sense when the atmosphere around you softens. You begin to recognize when peace arrives before understanding. These are signs of protection. Sometimes it comes as intuition telling you to step back. Sometimes it arrives as a sudden delay that frustrates you in the moment, but saves you in hindsight. Sometimes it speaks through the removal of people whose presence threatened your growth. Protection is not always pleasant, chosen one. Sometimes it feels like isolation. Sometimes it feels like rejection. Sometimes it feels like endings you didn't want, but desperately needed. But beneath every disappointment was the quiet hand of the divine redirecting your path, closing the doors that would have harmed you and surrounding your spirit with boundaries you didn't know you needed. What if the loneliness you felt was a shield? What if the separation you experienced was the universe saying, this person cannot go where you are going? The more your purpose expands, the more your protection rises. It grows with your spirit, matching your elevation with reinforcement. This is why you can walk into situations now with a calm you didn't have before. This is why chaos no longer shakes you the way it once did. This is why people who once intimidated you now feel small in the presence of your truth. Your protection has matured, chosen one. It is no longer just around you, it is within you. As you move forward, trust that this divine shield will walk ahead of you, behind you, and beside you. Nothing outside of you can touch the core of who you are meant to become. Your essence is guarded, your path is fortified, and your destiny is defended by forces designed specifically for you. Chosen one, pause and let these words sink into the very core of your being. Every day, life presents us with challenges, confrontations, and moments of friction, and it is easy to feel overwhelmed by them. But here is a sacred truth. Not every fight you face belongs to you. Some conflicts are illusions, distractions, and tests designed to pull your attention from the path that only you can walk. Have you ever felt drained after arguing, battling, or worrying, only to later realize that the struggle had no lasting purpose? That is the subtle voice of a false battle trying to steal your energy, your clarity, and your divine alignment. The world, chosen one, is filled with mirrors. Sometimes these mirrors reflect the fears of others, their insecurities, and their projections. Sometimes they show you your own doubts, magnified by circumstance, and in the midst of it, it is easy to mistake these reflections for real threats. Spiritual warfare is real, but it is precise. It targets the core of your calling, the essence of your light, and the sacred destiny that your soul carries. False battles, by contrast, distract, deplete, and misalign you. The key is discernment. Have you asked yourself lately, which of the conflicts around me are truly mine? Which ones are whispers meant to divert me from my purpose? True battles often leave a resonance in your spirit. They call forth courage, clarity, and faith. They awaken a strength you did not know existed and ultimately propel you toward growth. False battles, however, create exhaustion, frustration, and confusion. They leave your spirit feeling scattered, your energy drained, and your heart heavy. Recognizing the difference is not always easy, chosen one, because the false often disguises itself in urgency, emotion, or personal attachment. But your intuition, your discernment, and the alignment of your soul with divine timing will always guide you when you pause, reflect, and ask, is this struggle aligned with my destiny, or is it a shadow meant to slow me down? Let me remind you, chosen one, release is sacred. Letting go of battles that do not belong to you is not weakness, it is divine wisdom. Every unnecessary fight you resist or carry consumes the light within you, blurring your path and clouding your spiritual vision. But every moment you choose alignment over reaction, calm over chaos, presence over distraction, your energy remains intact, your heart remains clear, and your spirit remains anchored in purpose. What if the peace you have been seeking all along is simply the result of letting go of what is not yours to bear? As you move forward, pay attention to the subtle cues of the universe. True battles often demand action, but they also bring clarity and empowerment. False battles demand emotion, confusion, and division. Choosing to engage only with that which is real allows your light to shine steadily, unshaken by distraction, and focused on the sacred journey you were born to walk. Chosen one, ask yourself, which struggles am I still carrying unnecessarily? And what would it feel like to release them fully to divine timing? The power of discernment is one of the greatest gifts a chosen one can cultivate. It ensures that your energy, your heart, and your spirit are aligned with purpose, protected from unnecessary wear, and focused on the battles that truly matter. When you learn to identify the real from the false, you step into a clarity so profound, so divine, that your light no longer flickers. It radiates. Your path becomes unmistakable, and your soul moves in rhythm with the unfolding of destiny. ChatGPT said, "Chosen one, take a deep, steady breath and let the truth of this moment settle into your soul. The storms you have endured, the nights of doubt, the shadows that press close, were never meant to last forever. They were not punishments, nor were they signs that you were failing. Every trial, every tear, every moment that felt unbearable has been a quiet preparation, a sacred shaping of your spirit. Can you feel it now? The subtle stirring within your heart, the sense that something long awaited is finally arriving. This is your season of victory, chosen one, and it has been unfolding quietly behind the veil of time, waiting for you to step fully into it. Victory does not always arrive with fanfare. Sometimes it is soft, like sunlight breaking through clouds after a storm, or like a gentle wind that whispers, "It is time." Other times it is overwhelming, shaking your entire world and illuminating everything in ways you could not have imagined. Your season of triumph is not only about what you accomplish outwardly, it is about the deep recognition of who you have become. Every scar, every endurance, every moment of perseverance has strengthened your spirit, deepened your wisdom, and heightened your awareness of the sacred path you walk. Ask yourself, chosen one, am I ready to receive the full measure of the destiny I have been preparing for? The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has been aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to meet you at this precise moment. Every spiritual breakthrough you have experienced, every protective force that has surrounded you, and every lesson hidden within struggle has been a quiet orchestration of your victory. This is the culmination of endurance meeting divine timing. The challenges that once seemed insurmountable now reveal themselves as the very stepping stones that have carried you to this elevated place. Can you see it, chosen one? That everything you survived, every moment that tested your faith, was shaping the foundation for the triumph you are now stepping into. Entering a season of victory also requires a heart attuned to gratitude and humility. Triumph is not only a reward, it is an invitation. It is an opportunity to recognize the forces that guided you, the unseen hands that lifted you when you could not rise alone, and the wisdom you have gained through perseverance. How will you walk into this victory? Will you allow it to elevate your spirit, strengthen your clarity, and deepen your compassion for yourself and others? The sacredness of this season is not in the applause or acknowledgement of the world, but in the quiet, profound realization that you are exactly where you were always meant to be. Chosen one, reflect deeply. What would it feel like to fully embrace this season of victory without fear, doubt, or hesitation? What if every step you take from here forward is guided, protected, and aligned with your highest purpose? Your victory is not a distant dream. It is not a reward for another day. It is here. It is now. The culmination of your struggles, the proof of your endurance, and the revelation of your divine purpose are converging in this very moment. Stand tall, chosen one, and let your spirit receive this truth. You have walked through shadows and emerged stronger, wiser, and infinitely more radiant. The universe is bowing to your readiness. This is your sacred and triumphant moment, the dawn of a new chapter where your light shines fully, your purpose manifests unmistakably, and your heart knows the quiet, unshakable joy of victory finally realized. Chosen one, as we close this sacred journey together, take a moment to feel the full weight of what has been revealed. Every battle, every trial, every shadow you endured has been leading you here, into clarity, into awakening, into your rightful place of power. You are not the same soul who first stepped into struggle. You are stronger, wiser, and infinitely more aligned with your divine purpose. The unseen has always been working for you, and now you are finally stepping into the light that was always meant for you. Remember, chosen one, your victories are not just milestones, they are confirmations. Confirmations that your spirit is resilient, that your calling is real, and that your light cannot be dimmed. Every moment of resistance you faced was preparing you to embrace this moment with courage, grace, and unwavering faith. Let the truth of this resonate within your heart. You have survived what should have broken you, and now the universe is aligning everything in your favor. And chosen one, if your spirit has recognized this message, pause for a moment, hit subscribe, comment, "I received this," and let the energy of this awakening flow through you. Share it with those whose souls are ready to hear it, because your light is meant to guide, inspire, and awaken others as well. Walk boldly now, step into your victories, honor your journey, protect your light, and never forget, the real war you were fighting was always preparing you for the glory you now step into. The storms are behind you, the lessons are within you, and the season of your triumph has finally arrived. Your story is rising, your light is unstoppable, and your destiny is calling.